Good morning. My name is Vinnie Dolan. On behalf of the Toys for Tots program out of the Greater Boston, I'd like to welcome you here today. Main speakers are going to be Lieutenant Colonel Jason Borges from the INI, from the 1st Battalion, 25th Marines, and of course, Mayor Marty Walsh. I'd like to acknowledge the following that helps make this program work every year. The Bay State Chapter Women's Marines Association, the 1st and 2nd Marine Division Association, the Top 3 Association, the William R. Caddy Detachment Marine Corps League, the State Street Company Retirees and Volunteers, the Gillette's Company Retirees and Volunteers, and I also like to acknowledge another group of Marines known as the Jarheads. They're the motorcycle group that helps us out every year. We got the Massachusetts State Police, the Boston Fire Department, the Municipal Police Department, the Massport Police Department, Eastern Bank, Metro Boston College or Credit Union, Burkhart Movers, Petrucci's Restaurant, Carlos Catering from East Boston, Diana White, she goes back a long way. I don't want to mention the company she used to work for, but she helps us out with a lot of stuff. Jack Daniels Company, which brings in a lot of volunteers every year. The Boston Building Trades, Local Union 12, Local Union 537, Local Union 103, and we also have the Iron Workers, and also, Mayor, we got the Local 223 Laborers Union, which I think the Mayor knows of, and they also supplied us coffee and donuts. I also like to acknowledge the Boston Redevelopment Authority that has been doing a lot of work for us every year in providing parking, which is very limited, which is a touchy situation with the mayor, as he knows. And I also like to acknowledge this time Jamestown Management Company. You know, we're very fortunate. Years ago, I don't have it here, right? This program started in the year 1947. It happened out of a reserve outfit in California. I don't want to go into full detail, but the first toy or gift was ever given was a Raggedy Ann doll. It was here a minute ago. I think someone went off with it. But that was the first gift that was ever given. And that following year, they liked what that reserve outfit did. So the Marine Corps, from here on, figured they were going to do it. So again, going back to that reserve outfit, they knew someone, and I'll get right to the point. His name was Walt Disney. He designed that train in Red Caboose. He designed that, and he had a lot of actors like, it was Nat King Cole that wrote a song about Toys for Tots. It was, we always say John Wayne, he was our idol on Iwo Jima, but there was a lot of that helped out in Warner Brothers. And through the years, what was happening with those used toys that we would receive, the Marines at night would get these toys and fix them up during the day or night to present for these needy kids. Until the mid-'60s when they stopped giving them a used toy to a new toy. But the other day, we're all in our civvies, our work clothes, and we had a bunch of Marines up here. You know, and I was giving orders to this person and that order, what to do and what not to do. Well, a couple of them came up to me today, and I realized I was giving the orders to a couple of majors and a captain. You know, it didn't work too good, but that's what it's all about. The Marines do their best because this is a very important program, and that's why you see a lot of us former Marines here doing it. All right? So it's, again, the Marine Corps is very proud. And I should also like to acknowledge there are a lot of former retired Army men here, Air Force, and Navy. We all take pride in something we like doing. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge I worked with Sergeant Ashley Bitterman last year. She was one of our coordinators, along with the one I want to introduce now. His name is Staff Sergeant Giovanni Cosmi.
Good morning, Mayor Marty Walsh, and all who are here today. I am Staff Sergeant Kozma, the Assistant Tots for Tots Coordinator for the Greater Boston area. On behalf of all the Marines of 1st Battalion, 25th Marines, we thank you for your much-needed support year after year and around this fine city of Boston. The support of the local community is astounding, as people and companies reach out as early as September with the intent to contribute to the campaign. At the moment, a contribution may seem small, minuscule in comparison to the campaign as a whole. But one thing is for sure, thousands of young hearts will be touched this season, and it could not be possible without the support of the people and volunteers who wholeheartedly contribute to this great cause. The Marine Corps recently just celebrated our 241st birthday, 241 years, from the day 2 battalions were stood up on November 10, 1775. Since then, our heritage and traditions have long remained tall with a foundation that is nearly impenetrable. When the word Marine is mentioned, there seems to be an alarm set off, as if trouble needs to be dealt with at the moment or the near future. Where there are Marines is a presence that will diffuse even the thought of being in danger. That is who we are, but it does not define us. Our warrior spirit follows us wherever we go, and it has lifted this program to new heights as we continue to give back to the communities who have supported the Corps for generations. Since 1947, the Toys for Tots program has only improved and has attributed to collecting over 500 million toys over the course of 69 years. Over the last decade in the greater Boston area, we have averaged well above 100,000 toys collected each year, affecting the lives of over 500,000 children. Although the Marines may get most credit for the accomplishments, we are only a fraction of what makes that possible. To you, who steps away from the normal path and decides to give to those in need. You, who takes your valuable time to volunteer to a cause much greater than yourself. To those children who hold faith that one day their dreams of inspiration and joyful spirits will reach their hearts. You, the people, are to this program like water is to the human body. Without your support, Toys for Tots would only be a logo. I will end it with this. Take a moment and focus on the harsh times that are going around at present day, and put yourself in that situation as a young child with minimal hope. That is who you are fighting for. Now I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Jason Borovies, the Inspector Instructor of 1st Battalion, 25th Marines.
Well, good morning, Mr. Mayor, distinguished guests, all of you. As Staff Sergeant said, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Jason Borovies. I am the Senior Active Duty Marine with 1st Battalion, 25th Marine Regiment, which is known as New England's Own, by the way, and we are headquartered nearby at Devens, Mass. I'm sure you all know that the Marine Corps has been in the business of making Marines, winning battles, and returning quality citizens since November 10th of 1775. Well, as has been mentioned, we are also in the business of providing toys for needy kids during the Christmas season, or at least we have been since 1947. That year, Major Bill Hendricks actually started the Toys for Tots program in Los Angeles. And during that Christmas season, he collected about 5,000 used toys for donation to needy kids. And as Vinny mentioned, the next year, with the help of some celebrities and a logo designed by Walt Disney, Toys for Tots went nationwide. And since 1947, it's become a permanent part of the holiday season. Last year, thanks to your generosity here in Boston, we and our volunteers were able to donate over 117,000 toys to over 70,000 needy kids in the greater Boston area. And we really, really appreciate that help. We could not have done that without you, as Staff Sergeant mentioned. And this year, once again, if you're able, we would greatly, once again, appreciate the donation of a new unwrapped toy at any of the collection boxes that you can find in the area. You can always donate toys at any Mass State Police Barracks, Firehouse, or a Toys R Us. If you're interested in hosting a Toys for Tots event, if you would like to request toys for your family, if you just want more information, or you would like to volunteer, please visit our website. You can go to boston-ma.toysfortots.org. Once again, that's boston-ma.toysfortots.org. And I can't emphasize this enough. If you're interested in anything, please go to that website, especially if you would like to volunteer. We actually have a desperate need for volunteers this year. We've got a lot of toys to sort, we've got a lot of events to cover, and anybody who is willing to help, whether it's hosting an event, coming here to the warehouse to help out, whatever you'd like to do, we would love to have your assistance with this program. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our volunteers and our partner charitable organizations. The staff of 1st Battalion 25th Marines is very small, and we simply would not be able to run this program without the support of some volunteers. We are blessed with a dedicated crew of core volunteers, about a dozen strong, mainly of retired Marines, who selflessly give their free time to bring Christmas to less fortunate kids. Some, such as Vinnie Dolan, who spoke earlier, have been doing this for over 15 years. Some other particular volunteers who I'd like to thank are Kay Carpenter, Karen McWilliams, Pat Morissette, Bob Kelly, Paul Clancy, Bill Garvey, Jim Leonard, Peggy Ronan, and Bill and Sheila McCorkle. And they are proof that Marines, even years after they have taken off their uniforms, still bear the title and still give back to their communities and still help to make this nation a better place. I can't overemphasize the impact of the contribution of these volunteers. If we could, please give them a round of applause. Right now. And if any of you would like to join them in helping us out this holiday season and bringing Christmas to needy kids, we'd love to have your assistance. Please visit our website. And lastly, I'd like to thank Chris Wesson from Jamestown, who is here from Senior Property Management. Jamestown graciously donates this warehouse space. And if we didn't have this, plain and simple, the Greater Boston Toys for Tots enterprise would be unable to function. We're greatly indebted to them for this donation. And with that being said, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to turn things over to you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel, and I want to thank you and Vinnie and Staff Sergeant Cosme and the entire U.S. Marine Corps for the great work you do in our city every year with Toys for Tots and throughout this country. And, you know, this is a tradition that is one that for me it's great to come back to, but it also expresses the need for toys for our kids to make sure that young people have the Christmas that they deserve and that we can help them. So I want to thank you. I want to thank Santa Claus behind us for being with us today. I truly appreciate you, Santa, being here. I also want to thank City Council Bill Linehan, whose district you're in, but Billy does so much in our city. Thank you, Billy, for everything you do. I also want to give a couple shout outs. One is to Brian Kelly, business manager Brian Kelly of Pipe Fitters Local 537. Thank you. Sean Neely, business agent of Local 7 Ironworkers. I want to thank all of my brothers and sisters from the building trades. I know the carpenters weren't given a shout out to. Thank you to the carpenters. Thank you to the laborers. Thank you to the plumbers. Thank you to electricians. I think I see an operating engineer. Thank you to the operating engineers. Did I miss anybody? All right, I want to thank the trades for their great work. I want to thank 223 for being here as well. The Boston Fire Department also for the great work they do. This work that's happening, as Vinnie said, and was said a few times, happens year after year. You know, the holiday season's a time to relax and reflect on what you have as a family. But it's also an opportunity here in the city. What the Marines do is allow us the opportunity to help needy families. And we certainly have that because this time of year can be tough for a lot of different people and different families. That's what Boston's all about. It's about how do we reach out and help people. We do it year after year, not just Christmas time, but during the holiday season, but every single day of the year. And this time of year obviously is a little more. So we need people to donate. Anyone who watches this, or if you get a chance to talk to people, we need people to donate. We have donation centers throughout the city of Boston. We have one at City Hall as well. It's a great way to make sure that no child goes through the Christmas season and doesn't get something. And that's something that is important for all of us to do. And I just can't thank you enough. Yesterday I had the opportunity to go over to the TD Garden to serve Thanksgiving dinner to homeless people. The day before, I was at the Boston Rescue Mission, and we provided Thanksgiving dinners there as well. On Sunday at the Boston Rescue Mission, when I was there, I saw a lot of the same faces that I've seen for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years in the city of Boston. But what stuck out with me a little bit was there was a couple of families there, and there was a couple of young kids there. And I realized that as a mayor of the city or as a city, we need to make sure that even though we're in great economic times and there's more construction now than ever before, we have huge companies moving into our city, our unemployment rate is around 3%, there's still a great, tremendous need for the people of our city that don't have an honest fortune as one of us. So again, I want to thank you for being here today to kick off the toy drive, and I want to thank you for your support. Those of you that have been here for years, and many of you have been back here from year after year after year, I want to thank you for that. Those of you that are here for the first time, I want to thank you as well, because as we get closer towards Christmas, this room is going to get full and empty, and we want to make sure that Christmas Eve, when this room is completely empty, that every single child that is in need of something, or every single family that's in need of something, we're able to assist them. So again, thank you very much for all your support, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
So, Mr. Mayor, on behalf of the Marines of 1st Battalion, 25th Marines, New England Zone, Vinny, all the volunteers here in the city of Boston, we present you with this plaque.
Thank you.
Can't tell you how much we appreciate your support for the Toys for Tots program, sir.
Thanks, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You want to close out?
Once again, thank you for coming. Enjoy yourself. Is any question, please ask. Thank you.